All right, kids, we're here today with our latest installment of this code.org course. You can see I'm a little out of focus. I can't figure that out. But at any rate, we're on variables, right? And we just finished this variables with artists, which means we're moving on this one. If you're looking, that looks nice. We got eight activities to get through. That's not going to be too bad. I think we can all make sure that we can get through this. So let's go ahead and click on this first one. We're changing variables with B is the name of this activity. So here's where it starts. It says finish the code so the bee can collect all the honey and nectar, right? And we can see what's going on here. Well, let's click OK. And you can see it says you can find your variables under here. So in this variable section, that's where we can find variables. So we need to work with this function here. So collect row, we're going to repeat how many times move forward, and then repeat how many times get nectar, and then move forward, and then how many times make honey. So if you're looking, it says get nectar, it's going to be 2, right? So let's go in and we'll get a variable, and we will set I to 2. It says gather to 2. It's already 2, so that's helps if you pay attention. So gather is 2. We're just going to use that gather variable over and over and over again, right? We got a bunch of places where gather should go. And again, so we're going to go, oh, that's not going to be gather though. Repeat 2 times, move forward, move forward, move forward, yes. Then gather, gather, then move forward, gather, gather. And then we're going to turn left and do that whole thing again. How many times do we have to repeat this? Well, we need to repeat this 1, 2, 3 times. We've got 3 rows. So we're going to go here to variables. Let's see if we've got anywhere else. There we go. We can just take this number because this is not going to have to change right now. So we're going to change this to 3. Instead of getting a variable, we'll just get a number for the number of times we're going to repeat. So let's go ahead and run that code, see what happens. Wow, we're getting nectar and making honey, and we did it 3 times, and the bee's happy, we're happy, our avatar is happy, everything's good. So that's puzzle 1, okay? So if we click continue, we're going to see that these challenges get a little more challenging as we work through this. Edit your solution so that in one place, so the bee can collect all the honey and nectar, right? So what's the one place we would do it? Well, you can see now we've got 3 of each, right? So instead of the gather variable being set at 2, we're going to set that at 3. And now we're going to move forward 1, 2, 3 times. We'll collect 3 nectar, make 3 honey, move forward 3 times, and keep repeating. So let's see what happens now. So you can see, again, it was much simpler to change that one variable rather than changing all the numbers in all the different places. And that simple adjustment made it really easy and really simple to set everything that we needed to set. All right, so let's go ahead and click continue and see how much more difficult this gets. So such an amazing garden. In this puzzle, each patch needs the variable to be 1 less than the patch before it. Subtract 1 from the variable each time through the loop if you want to use the same function to solve this level. So this is where I really like to start. This is where I really enjoy what variables can do. So we're going to repeat this 3 times, collect the row every time, and the gather variable is the same. But what we need to do is change that variable in each time, right? So what we're going to do is we want gather to go down, right? So we will try and set it to gather, and then let's go back to variables. We might need to pull in some math, right? There we go. Yep. So what we want to set gather to is gather minus 1, right? So we're going to make gather into gather minus 1, okay? So all we're doing, again, once we go through this, we're going to collect a row, and after we collect the row, we're going to make gather into a number that is 1 less than what gather was. So we're going to take gather, subtract 1, and set that value equal to gather. So again, that process, not too complicated, but if you think about it, we're going to take whatever gather is, we're going to subtract 1 and then make that into our new gather. So let's see what happens if we run this. So gathers 3, and we do it 3, and then gathers 2, and then gathers 1, and that works out pretty nicely. As we change that code, as we go through that loop, we're continuing to reduce that number that we're using as our variable over and over again. So pretty cool stuff when you really stop to think about it. All right, let's flash forward a little bit here. I don't want to do all these puzzles for you, but let's flash forward a little bit to the end, and we'll talk screenshot exit ticket. You can see the last code here is one of these question codes. So make sure you ask, make sure you answer the question, right? Read the code, answer the question. I'm going to click this one right now because I don't want to give too much away. And then this is the thing I want to talk about at the very end. What do we want to do? We want to review the code, right? Don't click continue here. You want to click review the code so that you can get that completed progress bar in the same place with all the code and everything else that needs to be there. So right here, screenshot, exit ticket, in this place is what we're looking for. All right, guys? Can't wait to see the code you guys have written. Can't wait to see where you get with this changing variables with the B. Pretty excited to hear your tales of joy. All right, guys, that's it for today.